Welcome back, students. Today we will discuss on population and economic development. Yes, talking about this particular subunit, that is, if we talk about population, that is, we're referring to the numbers of people who reside in a particular country or an area or a region, so on and so forth. And what we learn is that some countries are big or small, and yes, some countries they do have a huge population, whereas some countries do have less numbers of people or least population. And if we talk about this population, or whenever we talk about those people living in that particular country or living in that particular region or area, they do really play a very important part in promoting growth and development in that particular country or in that particular area. Yes, that is the one side whenever we talk about this population and economic development. Okay, that is, this population will surely brings in development, will surely brings in growth. Okay, so long as a country are uh, or so long as a country have, so to say, abundant supply of capital, etc. This we can take into consideration. For example, if we look at our country India, it is a country, yes, no doubt, with a huge bulky population. Okay, that means the number of people residing in our country are huge or are large. But and yes, what we can say is that because we have this huge population, obviously there will be growth and development in our country, but that is not the case. Actually, what actually happens, looking at our country India, this huge bulky population, this it is instead act some sort of a hindrance, or it is really a factor that pulls our country downwards. Okay, why is that? The main reason is because India, it is a poor country. Had India been a rich country, that means abundant supply of say capital, okay, this huge population will really bless our country to a large extent. So the thing is, if you look at some countries of the world, okay, especially the advanced countries, okay, those advanced, certain advanced countries in the world, even though their population are very less, but they do grow. Okay, the reason is because in those countries, even though they have less population, they have abundant supply of capital, and on top of that, the type of population that they are having also, it's most of them are comprises of skilled workers, skilled manpowers, of professionals, learned, educated workers, so on and so forth. So this population helps them to grow and prosper faster. So the thing is, if we talk about this population, it has got both. Okay, if we look from one particular angle or from one particular area, it really can be considered as something that accelerate the growth of a country. Okay, or is something that is considered as an accelerating factor that do really enhance the growth, the prosperity, the development of a country. But on the other hand, if we talk about this population, in certain cases, it pulls down, okay? It it retards, or it acts some sort of an obstacle, okay, that pull down the growth of a country or an economy. So now let us have a look at this population, both as an accelerating factor or both as a retarding factor. So now let's look at this population as an accelerating factor. How does population help to promote or to brings in growth and development in a particular country? Talking about this population, here looking at the first point, it says population determines capital formation. Okay, and what is this capital formation? This capital formation, it refers to increasing the stock of real capital in a country. That is, it involves the making of more capital goods, okay, such as machines, factories, tools, etc., etc., which are used for the further production of goods. So through having a huge population, okay, we can divert this huge population to different sectors that we have in a particular country. Okay, a part of it we can send to work, yes, for the creation of more, or to increase the rate of capital formation. That means the creation of more and more capital goods, such as like what I have said just now, such as the making or the inventions of more new machines, factories, etc. Okay, if we can really do that, okay, for example, if our people can really innovate, introduce, invent new machines, new methods, okay, whenever we talk about machines, or a country can set up different types of factories in producing different types of goods, this will definitely help a country to grow. Okay, because why? If we talk about these different types of machines, if we really talk about these the different types of factories that are being set up, these they are the one that do help for the future production of goods, and in that way it help in raising the rate of capital formation. That means that particular country will keep on growing. If you look at the backward countries of the world, why they cannot grow and prosper is because the rate of capital formation is very less, is very low. Why? Is because they are too poor. Okay, they don't have enough funds to undertake all these investment, to set up all these, or to create or to establish all these different types of factories, say transport equipment, say new tools, machines, so on and so forth. But looking at those rich countries, if they do really have a huge population, it will definitely help them a lot, because why? It will help them to raise the rate of capital formation. And once capital formation is increased, definitely that that very country that we're talking about do really have the chance to grow much more faster. The second point is that it says supply of manpower as an essential factor of economic development. Okay, if we talk about this manpower, we're talking about labor, workers. Okay, and as we all know, if we talk about a labor, it is one of the active factors of production. Yes, we have the four factors of production. We have land, we have labor, we have capital, we have organization. And among the four factors, labor itself is considered as one of the most active factor, and it is considered as an essential factor for economic development. And if we have this huge population, okay, that means abundant supply of manpower in a country with well-equipped skills, knowledge, so on and so forth. Okay, it did really act as or it did really help that very country to grow and to prosper. Okay, because why? If we talk about, yes, this labor, like what I've been stating, said just now, it is very very important, because without labor, whatever capital that we have in our country, it'll be useless. Without labor, whatever raw materials that we have is useless. So if we have abundant supply of manpower, plus with Yes, well equipped manpower, equipped with all the ideas, equipped with all they are well trained. Okay, they are professional in all their different areas. Having such type of a population, it did really act as an essential factor for that particular country to grow or to be on the path of development. Further, it says population, it acts as an incentive for development. Yes, we've been since we've been talking about this particular paper of ours, which is something to do with economic development, which is something to do with economic growth. Okay, what we learn or what we can or what we do know is, uh, in order for a country to grow and prosper, okay, it need to raise the level of national income. It need to raise the so many things. Okay, but among the so many things, let's talk about raising the national income, which is considered as the most important factor for bringing in growth and development. What is this raising national income? Raising national income, it is something to do with increasing production in a particular country. Okay, what has been suggested is that each and every government of different countries of the world, they do encourage producers, okay, to produce more and more goods, more commodities, more food crops, so on and so forth. Because once production is increasing, the others will follow on. Okay, so the thing is, yes, our government, for example, it did encourage producers in whatever area, in whatever sector they are, be it in the agricultural sector, in the industrial sector. It encouraged our producers to produce more. That means to raise the level of production. So what if we ask ourselves, yes, producers have been producing more, what happened if there are no consumers? Okay, what happened if there are no consumers? The thing is, here it has been stated, if you look at your note, it says population is both a means as well as an end of economic activity. Because we have this, if we talk about a country having a huge population, okay, after they after the producers have been producing tons and tons of whatever output, okay, yes, they do have consumers who used to demand the different goods and commodities. Okay, so because the consumers are there, because the demand is there, it do give them the impetus to produce more and more. Okay, and they keep on investing on and on, and as such, that particular country did grow. Okay, so here in this particular point, it says population, it did act as an incentive in that way. Okay, incentive in a sense, like, yes, because we know that in order to grow, we need to raise the level of production. And having this huge population, it also means the demand will always be there. And once the demand will always be there, what happened was producers will keep on producing, production will increase. And once production will increase, income will increase. Once income will increase, savings, investment, the others will follow on. Okay, and as such, the country will be on the path of progress. Here, the next point is that it says that improvement, it acts as an improvement in techniques and production. Okay, here you have to keep in mind, whenever we talk about this population as an accelerating factor, we're talking about that manpower who are well trained, who are uh, literate, who are professionals. Okay, we're not talking about the manpower who are untrained, who are unskilled, so on and so forth. So if we have a manpower who are well trained, who are well equipped with all the modern ideas, with all the modern knowledge, okay, so what happened, they themselves, okay, it leads to uh, it did leads to the creation of something new. Okay, and if I say something new, it might be something new in the methods of production. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, so yes, if we have these this manpower who are comprises of well trained, educated, skilled, okay, they do really have these type of manpowers. They won't be contented with whatever they are having, with whatever they are using, but they do really wanted to explore, okay, to search for something new. And having such type of manpower, it leads for for a development of new techniques and new methods, so or new technology. And once new technology sets in, that itself it will help productivity. That means the overall productivity or the overall production in a particular country will increase or will improve through the adoption of the modern techniques invented or developed by those professional or skilled manpower. Further, it says that this population it adds to the number of producers. It has been argued that increased population it adds to the number of producers, the number of entrepreneurs, scientists, educationists, doctors, technologists, etc. And such type of population, they act or they prove or they yes, they act some sort of a boon for the economic development of a particular country. Having a manpower who are skilled, who are trained, who are well educated, it did means leading to the increase in the number of, like what I've said or what is written there in the note, the number of entrepreneurs, the number of scientists, the number of doctors, technologists. Who are all these they're all workers, laborers, the manpower, skilled manpower. Okay, so having such type of workers, having such type of manpowers, having such type of population, it did really uh, prove to be a boon for the economic development of that particular country. And further, the next point it says it did act as a creator of new knowledge. Like what I've been stated just earlier, if we have that manpower who are learned persons, who are well educated, who are well equipped, who are well trained, okay, they will they will never ever be satisfied with whatever they have at present, but instead, okay, they will long for something new. They will search for something, for new ideas, for new knowledge, for new technology. Okay, and so such a population, having a population with such manpower, it acts as a creator of new knowledge or for the invention of new technology or modern methods, so on and so forth. And finally, it says it leads to the greater production. Here, according to this point, it says it leads to greater production. How or in what way? The increasing or having a huge population, it will lead to division of labor, it will lead to specialization, or bring in a faster technological progress. Okay, how population would lead to division of labor, and what is this division of labor? Okay, this term or this concept, division of labor, it referred to how the entire work is being split up or is being divided. Okay, for example, if we talk about a particular industry, big industry, okay, let's say that they have been producing uh, say for example producing shirts. Okay, shirts, that means that are being worn by men. Okay, if we talk about that particular industry, they produce nothing but except shirts, huge quantity of shirts. Okay, and under that particular industry, okay, they do The number of workers that are being employed under that particular industry also is huge. Okay, and on top of that, it apply, okay, or adopt a system known as division of labor. If I say making a shirt, if we look right from the very start, okay, it requires so many works. Okay, right from, let's say for example, right from the very beginning, we need to cut the material. Okay, cutting the material into different size and shapes. Okay, after cutting, the material need to be stitched. Okay, so after stitching, let's say the material need to be uh, um, need to convert it into a final good. Okay, say to put all the buttons, to do the finishing touch, so on and so forth. And after that, there's a need to pack, so on and so forth. And really, yes, if we talk about for making just one piece of shirt, so many work is being involved. Okay, so under division of labor, the entire work is being split up. That means the entire work is divided into groups. We have one group just to cut the material into different size and shapes. We have another group just to do the stitching work. Okay, we have the another group just to do the final touch of that particular good. Okay, we have another group to do the packing, so on and so forth. So if that is done, if different groups are being given with different works, okay, works can be performed in a much more faster way. Okay, so through division of labor, okay, it helps to produce tons and tons of goods. It might be in a particular period or in a particular year. And yes, how division of labor is possible? Division of labor is possible unless we only have a huge population which are skilled, which are trained, so on and so forth. And yes, this division of labor, it also results to specialization. That means we will have skilled, we have specialized personnel who are well trained in one particular area, how to cut. We have a specialized worker who are well trained, who know very well only just how to cut or how to stitch, so on and so forth. So, all these are the outcome of having a huge population with skilled manpower. So, looking at all these different factors, okay, different factors that we have discussed earlier, this huge population, that means yes, if I say this huge population, that means I'm talking about a population which are skilled. I'm talking about a population which are well trained, which are well educated, which are well developed, so on and so forth. And such, this population will do really help that particular country to grow and prosper.